up into our next topic. What do we think about streaming services?
Oh, streaming services. They really make up our day-to-day, our everyday routines. Well, okay, so I hopped on the Euphoria train. So I do use HBO Max.
You watched it?
I do watch it.
Yeah.
I do. I'm up to date. Last time we spoke about this show was like, what, 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
And I had nothing.
What episode are you on?
I'm actually up to date, up to season 2.
Episode 5 or
Episode 5.
Did you
I'm
stay
gonna
up
watch
quite
it
late?
I stayed up late. I was curious. So I do use HBO Max because I'm up to date now. But you were talking about earlier with me about some streaming service that you had to cancel today, actually.
Yeah, because I just don't use it. Like I don't.
Well,
I have
Which
it on
one
my
do you
phone.
not use?
It was this app. It's like about like sports and whatnot, and I just don't. I even paid extra on everything. No,
it was to
use
watch
it.
the Clásicos,
Paramount?
right?
What happened?
Paramount or
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus?
There you go.
Don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we get so caught up in the moment. Like, I'm going to watch this show. I'm going to watch these games.
Right.
And then the moment happens, then it's over. And you still have the subscription. It's like, oh, well, now
What
I
do I do
really
with
don't
this
use
now?
it.
Yeah.
So that I don't know if that tends to happen to anybody or it's like, it's common where you just like in the moment, but then months later you come to realize, you know what? I
don't
need to
need
cancel this.
Yeah.
I don't use this every
I
day.
didn't stream anything until, well, actually, I guess I had Netflix, but I used my sister's login info. But like before that, if I wanted to watch a movie or something, I went to the library and checked it out.
Yeah.
I'm like that old, you guys. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, because
Yeah.
the library would have movies sometimes,
Right,
and like I get on a
right.
waiting list and be
Exactly.
like, check out
Or
a movie.
remember like they still have it like
The
Redbox
Redbox.
outside of the
Redbox,
grocery
yeah.
store.
Yeah, I did
Like,
that sometimes.
Which is probably
Yeah.
dying already. So this tied
Right.
up to a bigger question. So when television started, right? This was the problem that we're having right now. Why they make television cable? Because they wanted to make affordable prices and you'll be able to have all the content in one.
right.
So that's how television and cable started.
Exactly.
And that's why. What are we having now? The problem with television and what are we switching? Is because television is like you have to watch that TV show at 8, and if you watch it at 8:10, you already missed 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But with the streaming services, you can watch it whenever you want at the time you want.
Exactly. Go back,
But-
record it, and all the above.
But we're having the problem of going back to way too many channels to watch. So we
Yeah.
have, Netflix, Prime, Hulu,
Yeah.
Peacock.
Which
Peacock,
is
Paramount, HBO Max.
True, but in some ways, maybe it's good. It's maybe less great for us because we're having to pay like $10 here, $10 there.
Right.
But at the same time, isn't it keeping just one conglomerate from being like the monopoly of everything?
Yes, exactly. No, and that's what's happening.
Yeah.
So when the TV became a problem and all the streaming services became to bloom, was because it was becoming way too expensive to have TV. Because if you wanted to have ESPN, if you wanted to have HBO, if you wanted to have all of this, you have to pay all these extras.
Pay extra to
And
get
all
it.
these extras, it would be like $200 for cable, and you are like,
That's
why?
ridiculous. A month. Yeah.
A month,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
then-
why I never had it.
But
like,
then right
literally.
now it's kind of becoming that way because you have to have Paramount, HBO, Netflix,
Yeah.
Hulu, Prime. So if
Yeah.
you add it all up, it
Yeah.
adds up to 100, 120
It
bucks if you
does.
want to watch everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Which you don't need to.
Right.
But, it's always like, I want to see Euphoria if there is an HBO Max. I want to see The Wheel of Time. That's Prime. I want to see
Exactly.
The Great.
Too hot to handle. That's Netflix.
So
Exactly.
it becomes a bigger problem, which is going to bring out to the next solution. I think the one that you're going to survive is the one who's going to clean everybody else. So there's going to be only one streaming service that is going to be king in the next 5 to 10 years.
But I feel like right now they're all pretty evenly competing with each other.
No,
Right.
really. I mean, Netflix kind of like went down 20% in the past week or so with their stock and everything because they were supposed to be getting like 5 million new subscriptions a month. They only got like 2 million.
Oh.
So like investors and people were like, you are not growing at the rate that we wanted you to grow.
Yeah.
So it's like that puts the pressure to all these people and like I have to be able to bring out more.
Yeah.
And when you are competing with Apple or with Amazon, that they can lose money in order to gain people. It's too hard for Netflix because that's their only business.
But they have had some like amazing
They do
movies and things that they've done over
They
the
do.
years.
Right.
I feel like they have the prestige still. They still have the resume of their past deeds.
Yeah, no, they
well
do.
done. But I don't know.
We'll see what's
We'll
going to happen
see.
in the next few years. If Netflix is going to come out with a genius strategy and change the game,
Yeah.
or if they are just going to sink in and Apple and Prime are going to eat it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And the same thing with HBO and all of these platforms. I mean, the best thing AT&T has is Warner Bros. That is the owner of HBO Max.
There you go.
If
Yeah.
no,
I feel like HBO is gonna somehow survive only because
they put the
they
standard.
what?
They put the standard of TV shows.
Not well, maybe. That's not what I was gonna say. I was actually gonna say like they've always been on the more risque side. Like, aren't they the ones who have
Euphoria?
They're
Yeah.
also like they put Sex on the City 20 something years ago. And that show at that time was like, whoa, that was like considered like rated R stuff, you know?
Right.
And like it used to be like if you had HBO, everyone like I remember going over to friends' houses and like other parents would be like, no watching HBO if the parents have it, you know, because like they knew that like you would turn it on and you would see naked people for sure.
For sure.
Like it was like the HBO Max naughty, and I feel like they're still kind of like that. Like they're always gonna be like the one that's willing to push the envelope as far as they can, as far as TV goes.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
and I mean, that's the best thing HBO Max has.
Yeah.
Series. I mean, we were watching a new series. It's called The Sex of College Girls, The Sex Life of College Girls.
it's really good.
It's
so
so
far.
freaking good.
I know it sounds so bad, you guys, but Mindy Killing,
I think so,
something. Isn't she an SNL writer or something?
I believe it.
She's hilarious. She's a comedian, a writer, and she is. I don't know if she's producing it or writing the script for the show. So it's like it's hilarious.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't laughed of a TV show so much in a while. And like the humor is so good, and you get the 4 different perspectives of these girls. It's pretty damn good. Like, I really liked it.
It's really funny.
It's so funny.
We have to watch it.
It's kind of like if you imagine like Tina Fey in college or something. Like I don't know, it's just like
That's
really
cute.
funny.
That's good.
The like every line is just like kind of priceless, but it's
Yeah.
really funny.
It is pretty. I really love the show.
Yeah.
And
We're also into Joe Millionaire
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. That was a good one.
That's a good
That's
show.
a good one.
That's a
for
good
I like that
richer
one.
or for poorer.
One of them is worth $10 million, while the other one is
It's
not.
not.
It's such a good show. It really is. It's different. I like
It's
it.
I
fun.
mean, the streaming services are good. I feel like we're
Yeah.
bringing better shows and we're bringing better teams.
Mm-hmm.
But it's to a point where I don't need to have 20.
No.
That's the thing.
That's
the
the
thing.
thing,
After a while, you
yeah.
forget your login. It's just different logins for everyone.
Maybe it's good though, because like maybe it forces us to like be less antisocial. I think when COVID started, we all like got in our little bubbles with our 20 streaming
cooped up.
services.
We all
Yeah.
cooped
And
up.
I feel like
True.
now, like, you know, it's good. You have like 2, your friends have the other 2. So it's like,
Right.
okay, I'll go over to someone's house, like, you know, and
Yeah.
watch this streaming service that I don't have. At least you're like
Right.
going outside for a
Right.
second.
Exactly.
Instead of just like
Exactly.
hibernating on your couch and like,
Exactly.
Exactly.
you know.
I
Exactly.
agree.
So.
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.